Shabbat Shalom. My name is Todd Bennett. I am here in Saudi Arabia at the location of Mount Sinai, Jebel El-Loz, and you can see it there behind me over my shoulder. And as I'm physically located at what they call Aaron's altar, or the golden calf altar. And it's quite amazing that when the children of Israel came here, they cleansed themselves, they purified themselves, they prepared themselves to enter into a wedding contract with Elohim. And Yah spoke 10 words from that mountain, the voice of a shofar. And they were powerful words. And one of them was to not have any gods in his face or before me. We often read in the scriptures, but it really, in the Hebrew, it's literally, do not have any other gods in my face. Well, Israel had already tested him 6 times prior to coming to the mountain. And Moses went up. They were forgiven, but Moses went up to solidify the covenant and get the commandments and in the instructions of Elohim for this bride, this bride that had agreed to marry Yah. Well, they took too long, and they then decided they were going to take things into their own hands. They didn't know what happened to this fella named Moses, so they asked Aaron to build them an altar and a god, and that's what Aaron did. He built an altar here, which is called the altar of the golden calf. So what they would have had an altar, and they would have had a golden calf right up there. And the significance of coming to these ancient locations is to recognize exactly how the proximity and how important these commandments were, because this altar right here, if you had a golden calf on top of it, and then you turn around and you look at Mount Sinai, that is right in direct line of his face. In fact, it's actually in between him and his bride, because the camp of Israel was back here, was back beyond the golden calf altar. So basically, Israel set up a golden calf in the face of Yah and in between him and his bride. And that's what happens when we enter into idolatry. And you know, I'm filming this during the Feast of Unleavened Bread right now. And the whole purpose of eating matzah for 7 days is not just to go through some mindless or meaningless experiment. The point is, we're supposed to be ridding leaven from our lives. We're supposed to focus on ridding leaven from our lives. So when I come here and I visit this site, and I see how the Israelites placed the golden calf in between themselves and the bride and the husband Yah, they put this golden idol in between them and right in his face. It just makes the point so clear what the impact is of violating the commandments. And so I encourage you to consider the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Consider getting the leaven out of your lives and making sure that we don't place any idols in the face of Elohim. If we want to be filled with the Spirit, then we can't have idolatry inside of us, or our thoughts, our body. We shouldn't be disobeying the commands. We shouldn't have idolatry in our homes. We shouldn't have idolatry in our thoughts, our lives. We need to rid those golden calves so that we don't have those golden calves and that idolatry in the face of our Elohim.